There are a huge variety of scooters available today. I'd like to go through with you a few key points for you to consider to hopefully ensure that the scooter you purchase is the correct one for you and meets your needs. Basically, there are two main types of scooter. The 8 mph scooter, which is designed to be used on the road and will have lights and indicators and will need to be registered with the DVLA. Then there is the 4 mph scooter, which is legally allowed on the pavement. But if you're going to buy one, what do you need to consider? First of all, where are you going to use the scooter? Are you going to use it from your home to go into town, to go and see friends? Do you wish to put it in the back of the car? Some scooters are able to be broken down into component parts. In fact, both of these scooters, although they are of different sizes, can be broken down into the different parts to enable you to put them in the back of the car. A word of warning though, they are still extremely heavy, particularly the batteries, to lift in and out of the car. You now need to consider some practical points such as where are you going to store your scooter, inside or out? Where are you going to charge the scooter? Are you going to take the batteries off the scooter and charge it inside, or are you going to run a plug outside to the battery? You may also wish to consider insurance, third-party indemnity insurance. Whilst it's not mandatory, it is strongly recommended. You should also consider your safety while you're on the scooter. Perhaps carry a mobile phone so that you can contact someone if you were to break down or get into difficulties. Perhaps one of the most important things I can suggest is that you hire a scooter prior to purchase. Many of the local retailers will hire a scooter for a week, say, which is really important to enable you to try it in your own location, to identify where the drop curbs are, to identify whether you can manage the scooter on bumps and lumps, on cambers of the pavement, and when there's people coming towards you. It may be that you have pain in your lower limbs, in the knees and the ankles and the hips. Can you sit on the scooter long enough to get you to and from your destination without undue discomfort? There are a number of features to consider when looking at scooters, and I'm just going to go through a few of them with you now. First and foremost, think of the size of the person who is using the scooter. Now I'm 6 foot, so I'm going to need a scooter which enables me to sit on the scooter and achieve a comfortable seating position. If I were to look at this scooter and to sit on it, you can see that whilst I can achieve a 90 degree at the ankle, the knee and the hip, I am quite limited in the amount I can move my feet. And if I'm sitting in this position for say 30 minutes to get to where I want to get to, and I'm going over a lot of rough ground, it could be that I get quite uncomfortable, and the temptation would be to put my feet up here to relax the angle at my knee. Now, the scooter is not going to be totally unsafe, but obviously I am making the centre of gravity move upwards, so the scooter is not going to be as stable as if I have my feet on the floor. Having considered whether you can achieve a comfortable sitting position on the scooter, have a think about the person's weight. The scooter I'm sitting on is designed for people up to about 16 stone, whereas the scooter over here is designed for people up to about 22 stone. It is important that you do buy a scooter according to your personal weight. Let's have a think about some of the features on a scooter that can make it easier for people to use. As you may have seen earlier, the armrests come up so that it's easier for a person to get out of the chair by just turning sideways. Or alternatively, if you don't want to raise the armrests, there's a handle is located on the side of each chair, which when you pull it up allows the seat to swing round. It then locks in place to enable you to stand up safely. The wheel size is very important. Depending on where you want to use the scooters, the bigger the wheel, the better it will be at going over thresholds and rough ground. If you're going to use it mainly within shopping centres, on smooth surfaces, this smaller wheel would be fine. If you're looking to go on slightly rougher ground, over grass, a bigger wheel would be a better choice. The controls are easy to use. There's a key to turn to switch the scooter on. The battery level is indicated on the gauge. There's then two little tillers which you use with your right and left hand, although it is possible to have them programmed so that they can be used by just one hand if, say, for example, someone's had a stroke or has particular weakness on one side of the body. One tiller, when you pull it towards you, will make the scooter go forward, the other tiller will make the scooter go backwards. There's a speed control from minimum to maximum, and there's also a little horn. Another consideration is how far you might wish to go at any one time. Scooters have different capacities. So for example, the smaller scooter has a capacity of about 13 miles on one charge, whereas this bigger scooter has a capacity of about 20 miles on one charge. We always say, however, that's when the battery is new and fully charged, so perhaps work to 3/4 of that total capacity, then you know you'll be home safe and dry.